Hi, everybody. It's Elektra Yao, immigration attorney and artist visa lawyer and entertainment lawyer. I'm sorry I'm late, but I wanted to talk to you guys about doing things differently. I think that a lot of the times in our careers, we kind of just default to the way things are done. And unfortunately, this is actually also true for the creative industries. People kind of just get into the groove of things and they stop experimenting. They stop doing things differently. They stop creating that magic that surrounds their artistry. And that's quite unfortunate for all industries, but probably more so for the arts, because we look towards the arts and the creative professions as kind of pillars that provoke change, that provoke innovation, that influence the world in general. So what I want you guys to do this weekend, or what I want you to guys to do in your career, is to start to do things differently. And I can give you like really simple examples of how this can be implemented. So, for example, if you are a performer or an actor or whatever, maybe create an e-business card. And you don't need to create, you don't need to call it like electronic business card. You can call it like your virtual resume or something. Basically, it's just a page that's simplified and includes just the relevant information. So if you're creating like your e-resume or like your headshot, you're going to want to include like your picture and then probably 2 or 3 relevant productions and awards. Another thing that you can do differently is go back to that sense of experimentation. So if you are, for example, someone who is highly specialized in a certain way of designing things, why don't you take the weekend to just start to maybe approach your design differently, maybe use different materials, maybe use different colors, maybe use different textures. Just go back to doing it differently. And it's in that journey that you will begin to maybe find a different aspect of your voice, which is always something that I'm a huge proponent of, being different. So people see you differently, so people can value you, because what you're bringing to the table is not like your competitors, right? In the very competitive world of the arts and the creative professions, there's nothing worse. It's actually career suicide to be similar to others. You don't want to be the staple. Sometimes it's good to be the staple, but not in this context, not in the context of exploring and maximizing creativity and things that we do differently. So this requires a little bit of a mind shift, and it requires a little bit of risk taking, because I think that sometimes, like I said, you get stuck in how you do things, the success that you've gotten, maybe that rut of doing things in the ABC mode, that you start to look like a mold. You start to look like a mold of someone else who's doing the same thing. And probably even worse, you guys went to the same school. You guys went to the same conservatory program. Or maybe you guys are creating the same sort of content and the same sort of productions and designs and performances or whatever it is. You've got to think outside of the box to make it so that you are doing things differently. Like I said, sometimes it's good to be a staple. This is not the time. And when I use the word staple, I mean it as standard. Sometimes it's good to be the standard of which people emulate, not the mold, not the copycat, not that you're copying, but I want to advocate for sometimes going rogue and sometimes, being off the map. And sometimes you need to employ really unorthodox ways of achieving that. Maybe for the weekend, you need to go like off the grid, right? Like close your cell phone and your internet or whatever, and just start to do things differently. I guarantee if you start to do things differently, or at least experiment in how to do things differently, you're going to uncover a different dimension of your artistry, which is something that, again, will help you further understand your mission and your message and your goals. But like I said, will differentiate you from the competition in this super competitive world. So, like I said, you can create an e-resume. See where that takes you. See what happens with that. I don't know what's going to happen, but you need to experiment. You can use different textures. Maybe you want to use a different monologue during your auditions. Or maybe you want to start to have like an audition series, an audition for yourself every day. Or maybe you want to audition your friends. Maybe you really want to examine like who really is a part of your tribe, and you need to audition them. You need to see if they're worthy of the stage, the production that is your life. whatever it is. I'm just throwing out different examples out there of being innovative, different, and unorthodox, but you can do whatever you want. You just need to take that first step to doing things differently. So it is scary, but without risk, there's no reward. So take a risk to possibly get that reward. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this will kind of push you to do things differently. And ultimately, this will benefit your career in the long run. So like I said earlier today, I won't be doing lives 3 times a day because the summer series is actually almost over. It's going to be the last day on Monday. And I'm going to revert back to kind of like our work schedule. And because it's September, people are starting up again. And I'm going to do my lives in the evening so that you guys can work during the day and then tune in to me at night. So thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you Monday for our last day of our summer series, where I'll be talking about artist visas, entertainment law, and creative career advice. Thank you, everybody. Bye.